Okay, so now we're ready to start doing normal curves on the calculator. All right, first of all, I said there was that whole thing with negative infinity and positive infinity. And this written up here, that's how I would do negative infinity on the calculator. Is, first of all, I gotta use the negative button. Okay, this one down here at the very bottom, and not the minus sign. The minus sign is just minus, and the calculator doesn't understand that. So it's gotta be the negative down here at the bottom. All right, and then I'd hit the 1, and then the E is like a second function, so I gotta hit the second function button. And it's not one of these green ones. These green ones are like a third function. It's not one of those. It's EE. So even though it's only going to type 1E, it's like written on here as EE. It's right above the comma. So negative 1 EE, and then I just go 99. Okay, and then it's going to write negative 1E 99. So that's how I get that in there. Okay, but I don't want to start with that because I want to start with getting my normal button on there, so I'm not just saying negative infinity to the calculator. I gotta say like what I'm trying to do with my negative infinity. So let's do this problem below 0.68, and I think it's saying what is the area. Question was, yeah, find the area. As I said, it doesn't much matter which question you read, whether it says area or percent or probability. It all comes down to the same thing. So this one says area, but all right, below Z equals 0.68. All right, well, below, if there was a bell curve here and 0.68 was there, below 0.68 is that stuff over there, which means that my negative 1E99 is going to be part of it. Anytime you see the word below, you're going to end up using your negative 1E99. All right, so I go into, you remember where PDF, binomial PDF was, it wasn't under stat. So I go into right above vars where it says distribution, and I find normal CDF. It's like the second one down. And it's different than normal PDF. Okay, it was binom PDF, which stands for probability distribution function. It's normal CDF. Continuous distribution function. Okay, so there you got to kind of get, if it's not giving you answers that make sense, it's because you chose the wrong one. Normal CDF, binom PDF. Anyway, I go in there. Now, my calculator doesn't do anything else. I just have to know what to put in it. Okay, but your calculator might ask lower bound, upper bound, mean, standard deviation. It might ask those things. Okay, well, lower bound, or the very first thing you write is like on the number line, was that negative 1E99. Okay, so if it's asking for lower bound, that's where you would type that. You'd use this type of thing and type that. Okay, and then after that, it's either asking for upper bound, or it's asking for, or it's not asking for anything and you just got a blank space. Either way, that's where my 0.68 goes. And then underneath that, or it says mean, and then it says standard deviation, or my calculator doesn't ask anything. And you put in the mean, which is 0, and the standard deviation, which is 1. Okay, when we get down here, we'll say what happens when the mean and standard deviation change. But all these first problems, the mean and the standard deviation, mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. Put all that in. Okay, negative 1E99, comma. You also have to put in the commas, like the comma button I was using yesterday. You have to use the comma button again. And my calculator says like 0.751747, so that's 0.75. And so the answer to this below 0.68 question is 0.75. All right. Then another one in that same section. We're still in the area section, but now it says above. All right, and now I'm going to do the whole normal CDF thing again. But above, that's when it's positive infinity. Okay, it's from negative 0.32 and going beyond that to the right as far as you possibly can. So negative 0.32 1E99, or lower bound is negative 0.32 and upper bound is 1E99, and then comma 0, comma 1. The next section down, it's like less than. All right, well, that's exactly basically the same thing as below. So it fits into that category. Normal CDF. Oh, that less than, so that's a negative infinity problem. Greater than 105. All of a sudden, we're into the last section of homework. Okay, and in the last section of homework, it's talking about IQ. And so it has to give you a different mean and a different standard deviation. And all these other ones, it was mean is 0, standard deviation is 1. But all of a sudden, we're talking IQ. You don't want to be putting in 0 and 1. So normal CDF, okay, greater than, that's kind of like the same thing as above, so 105 to 1E99, comma 100, comma 15, because it said so in the problem. If it doesn't give you those, you can't finish the problem. And between is the best kind. Normal CDF, 80, 130, 100, 15. Because the betweens don't have any 1E99 stuff on them. Okay. All right, so if you see the words below or less than, the format you're going to use is you're going to use the negative 1E99, and you're going to put that in the lower bound. And you're going to put that other number over there on the right-hand side of that. If you see words like above or greater than, then you're going to put in whatever number they give you first, and then you're going to put the 1E9, positive 1E99 as your upper bound. So that's how, just a quick, you just read the word below, less than, above, greater than, and know what format to use. The negative 1E99s, if you're going to use it, always ends up in lower bound, and the positive 1E99, that always ends up in upper bound. Okay, so that's basically chapter 5. I'll type up all the answers to put them on the discussion board, and then we're done for this week.